Raise a little hell. It's time to clean house, Stevie boy. Bye, Zach. You're responsible for the biggest loss in team history, 48-10. Zachy boy, your team played even worse the following week at Denver. Worse. You lost to your rival 34-12. It wasn't that. That score's not indicated. It's not an indicator of how the game went. You're 1-7 in your last 8 games, Mr. Brightside. Finally, people are listening, and to me, as I've said all along, the guy's a fraud. He's Mr. Nice Guy. As this song says, if you don't like what you got, why don't you change it? Let's change it, Stevie boy.
I'd like to.
We're picketing. We're balloting. We're ready to go.
Picketing.
We talk about it all next on the Bang the Drum podcast. What's up, Stevie boy?
What's up, Scotty D?
Welcome back.
Yes.
Welcome back to the show. I'll go with Howard Stern radio voice here. Welcome back on a chilly Wednesday afternoon. Just got a text message from a lady named Cher. She's trying to sell me wine. It's not every day that happens. The wine's actually really good. We're here to raise a little hell. Raise a little hell, Stevie boy. I haven't heard that song forever, if ever even. We got lots to talk about today, Stevie boy. We're going to recap, of course. Here it goes. Okay, be quiet around here. Here comes the people. We're going to talk about the Steelers game. I guess we have to recap it. We're going to talk about my old tweet, Stevie boy, how different the Bengals were looking now. Lance McAllister, he might even went a little harder than I did.
He went pretty hard.
I've been doing it for 3 years. No one else. I was alone on this bandwagon here, wagon, whatever. Not now. And he went hard. We're going to talk about that. Give him credit. And we'll talk about the draft slot. Better to lose out. We're going to hit on the coaching candidates. A little early for that, but there's a couple names that intrigue me, of course. Look around the league. Wild games. Again, upsets galore. Chargers get still kicking over that one. And then the Patriots. The aforementioned Mike Vrabel, because we're going to talk about him a lot. Preview the game. We're going to preview or talk about Spitgate. Spitgate. Oh, the ruler of the jungle is a joke. We're going to predict the game, do our bets, and get up on out of here on this chilly Wednesday afternoon. Doesn't feel too bad though, right, Steve?
That's fine.
Yeah, it's
I've been
40
out in
something.
this crap all day.
It's dry at least. It's been a rainy, nasty thunderstorms. November rain, as Axl Rose once famously said.
He did.
How you, brother? Still got a Bengals hat on.
Yeah.
You're still in it.
I'm wearing it proud. Like I've said before, if I went through the 90s, I can handle this.
Yep.
Because that was the most putrid time in football I've ever witnessed. At least we have hope here.
Yep. Number 9's hope. Number 1's hope.
Number 1, number 5, and let's hope they do the right thing the rest of the year, and let's hope they do the right thing when the season's over so we can get 2026 started.
Yep. Don't want to rush it by any means. Enjoy the Christmas season, right? Holiday season, Thanksgiving, a week from tomorrow. It's crazy. We might be dressed up as Pilgrim next week. Who knows what we might do, Stevie? We might shoot turkeys live on the air. I saw some wild turkeys. You can record me shooting them. I don't know if you're allowed to shoot them with a handgun, though. Probably.
I'm pretty sure we'd go to jail. That'd be something. It'd be like, no, what it'd be? It'd be like, the guy in the ball game, don't arrest him. Arrest the other guy.
That's right.
He just looks like he needs to be arrested.
He's trouble. He's trouble.
And that which would be me.
That's you. We're going to talk a little beer, too. We got a beer here to taste.
We do.
Got some winter ones. We'll go this route for today. I've already drank the Christmas ones. They're out. I am going to say this real quick. Shiner Box Christmas beer. Say this every year. What's this guy doing? He's taking pictures of my house. What in the hell is going on over there?
Maybe he's taking pictures of you.
He might be. We got the paparazzi is here. Is that Patriots paparazzi over there? So
might be.
It could be. Steelers recap. Let's get on out of it. We don't want to. Horse is out of the barn. The toothpaste is out of the tube. It's looking bad. It's looking ugly. I think the season's over. You agree, Stevie boy?
I mean, honestly, if we were honest with ourselves, it was over when Joe Burrow went down. plain and simple.
Yep.
You know, it was early. You know, my God, like I've said before, we hope and we wish for, you know, this season to get started, and it started 2-0. We thought, okay, they're not playing very well, but they're still won. So then, you know, I don't know. It's just, it was doomed from the start. You know, especially with this pitiful defense, and then they can't play complimentary football at all. It's unreal. It was funny because I looked at my wife Sunday and I was like, there was all them stops in the first quarter. So they stopped them the first time after the touchdown, and I said, watch. I said they'll go 3 and out, or they'll have to punt, and I'll be damned.
Oh, yeah.
Then they stopped them again. What they do, they had to punt. I said, it's unreal. Like, I don't understand how they can be so good offensively, and they knew what Pittsburgh was going to do. They knew it was going to come there and punch them in the mouth.
Yep.
And that's exactly what happened, and they did nothing about it.
Nope. It's kind of not kind of. I think it was a physical game for a while.
It was.
Both sides.
And they tried.
For a while.
You know, but offensively, the Bengals aren't physical enough, especially at the line of scrimmage. Like, I was really surprised that T and Jamar couldn't get off the line.
Yeah,
and
the wind had a factor.
And it did. And Flacco, once he got hit that one time by Watt, he wasn't the same.
No.
You could tell everything was a check down. Like, he did not want to go. He threw that one ball to T that was an out later in the game. That was it.
Yeah.
I mean, that was it. Everything
they played
else.
in the phone booth.
I
think his shoulders bothered him.
Yeah,
So,
I do too. And I just don't think, even when he threw the ball, it didn't look like he had much zip.
No.
I thought he was hurt. Some of his decisions, you know, the INT, you know, that was bad.
Yes.
It's just
not good.
whew.
We'll talk about the safety there that they got, but also a little medical update for me. I have an AC joint issue as well.
Well, good.
Not on my throwing shoulder.
Good.
On my left one. What do you mean
wait,
good?
wait a minute. I didn't mean that.
What do you mean good? Just so I can talk about it on the air. And I'm telling you, this is the second time I've done this AC joint on my left shoulder. I don't think this one is quite as bad. Still bad. So I told you this before, like remembering back before I knew. I thought I had this. I thought it was actually worse with the rotator cuff. It's not. Bicep tendon, still not good. Got 2 shots in my arm. Couldn't raise my arm really past my hip there for a while, which is not ideal. But it feels good. I worked out today. So, you know, it's starting to, this is a light workout. So, but the AC joint sprain, dude, that's what I've told anybody like that was downplaying. I said, I don't even know how he's throwing a ball right-handed. So they're putting stuff in him they didn't put in me. Because AC joint's no joke, man. It just pops and cracks. And you just, it feels like your shoulder's moving in and out. Like I did dead hangs today, and you could feel it sliding in and out, which is pretty gross. So on your right shoulder, and like you said, he took a hit, and he didn't. I'm not knocking. He didn't want any more of it. That's a hell of a move by Watt. That's you can't blame him. No. He's going to be. That's a hell of a move.
Yeah,
set him up. But yeah, I think that was tough, and I think that almost called them the Pirates because I'm thinking about Schwarber. But the Steelers, what they give up, a 6th or 7th for Duggar? I mean, he's light years ahead of anybody the Bengals have. They just sit back like just so dumb, and the fact like. Everybody's jumping on it now, and I met it. I would have cut Jordan Battle, and Geno's no better. That effort on he preaches culture all the time. We talked about this off the air years before, and I said it's a fake culture. I said it. I said it's not a real culture. It's just everybody's getting along. Like there's no accountability. Like he did yell at Osai, rightfully so, where he came down sliding. I still think it's a candy ass call, but they're going to call it.
It was.
When you do that, they're going to call it. They are stupid play. But when a guy puts that kind of effort on film, Geno, you get his ass out of the game. Yeah, you want to send a message to the rest of the team. That message should have been delivered weeks ago.
Yeah.
They're not playing hard, dude. They're not playing hard. Like Carter, his tackling, oh my gosh. And, some people are theorizing it can't be fixed. And I'm not going to argue that it can. I'm not real sure. But I am sure of this. We talked about it weeks ago. When you're playing that far off, and you have to come in and settle down, you're going to miss tackles.
Yeah.
The scheme is horrible.
Yeah.
He's got to come up and be closer on those to be able to make a tackle. Like, Washington's a big dude, but you hold him up. You can get his legs and hold him up and wait for help, right?
Yeah.
But the miss on Freiermuth, embarrassing. You agree?
I agree. And then, so as far as the culture goes, I think the culture can work if it's the guys that you draft And if it's the guys that you put within your system that works within your system. Geno Stone was a free agent who we can kind of see now that he was just in the right place at the right time in Baltimore.
Yep.
I think he had some luck come his way, and it made him some money. Hey, more power to him.
Yep.
But the thing of it is, he's not very good. And especially with a system that he's trying to play here in Cincinnati. It's just he's not made for it. He's not physical at all. I think he means well. Probably a nice guy. You know what I mean? He's just not a very good football player.
No.
And as far as Carter goes, he might be the worst rookie linebacker I've ever seen in my whole entire effing life. It's so bad, like everything. Like it doesn't one little juke. Like he has no pursuit. He's just like you say. He's so far off the line of scrimmage. It's hard for anybody to go 15 yards and then like paddle your feet with these athletic guys. I mean, Gainwell, he's athletic.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean? And to be able to tackle someone like that one, he went up, it was on the one that was on the left side. He did like a just little 1-2, and Carter was like, you know what I mean?
Look like
and if you're not watching me, I mean, I'm look like a complete idiot.
Watch it. Inept.
That's what it looked like.
Yeah, it's bad.
It was, and I was like, and then he just kind of strolled in the end zone. I'm like, that even man was like, what was he doing? And I'm like, I don't know, babe. All I want to do now is jump off the roof head first. That's what I wanted to do. It's pathetic. It's a shame that you have to watch it on TV. I wish it was back in the freaking situation to where they had to sell out before they, I guess they're still selling out, but regardless, then the nation wouldn't have to watch that crap.
It's embarrassing.
The Thanksgiving game, oh my gosh.
It's going to be awful.
It's going to be awful. I mean,
Sunday might be.
I think Sunday will be.
And the other side, like...
I need a beer.
Yeah. That's we'll taste these other ones in a second. But you think about... So Logan Wilson, we didn't really talk about this. We had some things going on where we missed some time here. But Logan Wilson basically thanked everybody in the organization except
for Zach.
That says something.
It does.
And the bottom line is Logan wasn't playing well, but he's light years ahead of these two rookies right now, right? Mm-hmm. Light years ahead of them. It's not even close. And the fact that you trade him only to get a 7th round pick, like, it's pretty stupid. Like, you say you're trying to win, right? It's really dumb. Like, that's culture for you, right? Mm-hmm. And we're going to talk about the Patriots, what they did. Like, you don't leave your team up to, rookies every year, right? We've talked about it before. We'll get into the Patriots roster in a little bit. So now you're talking about the Jamar situation, Spitgate. I don't know who started what because they were going at it the whole game, him and Ramsey. I think Ramsey's a jerk. But you can't defend Jamar in this one. Cannot defend him. There's people out there trying to defend him, saying the league's soft and all. I disagree. Usually I'm on board with the league is soft. You spit on a guy, you deserve your ass beat.
Yep.
I'm a Jamar Chase fan, but you deserve your ass beat. Mm-hmm. And for Zach, this is typical Zach Taylor. He can never just, give, I hate to use this word because I know it's going to offend some people, but I don't really care. Like, he can never give a manly answer. Such a feminine, candy-ass answer on everything. I'll never understand that as an NFL coach. What you do in that moment, somebody asks you about it, you're going to have to answer it. I mean, you can't get around that. It happened, right? What you do, you say, yeah, that's unacceptable. I know Jamar, he doesn't do that kind of stuff. That's unacceptable. We can't have that on our team. Won't happen again. Next question. That's a manly answer.
Yeah.
Well, this doesn't change. Everybody gets mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. This doesn't change who he is. Shut the up. That's him as a nutshell, man. That's how he's been. It's like, yeah, so weak, so soft. No wonder nobody's running to a wall for him. I mean, some may agree, some may disagree, but, and at the end, I put on here, there's just no fight or passion in this team, right? That's going to happen when you get to the record they are, but they're 1-7 the last 8. There's not been a whole lot of fight or passion, right? The offense has made some big plays here and there, but there's just not, when you need those short yardage play, going forward on that extra point, it's not hindsight. We're saying, it's like, is he that big of an idiot? I said, don't answer. He is. The wind's going to affect the game. Every damn point's going to matter.
Yeah.
At that point, it did, right? Kick the damn. He's just so dumb. I don't know if he, and I don't think it's analytics in his ear. I think he's just an emotional guy. I want to show my team that, I believe in him instead of just doing fundamental football. Your thoughts on that?
I didn't have a problem with a 2-point conversion. I had a problem with the play.
Loto, yeah. Play call's awful.
I mean, the play call was awful. I mean, you try. I mean, so you're a bad football team, and you're trying to do all this off the wall stuff, and it's not who you are. You're not strong up front.
No.
To me, I spread them out and then quarterback sneak it or like get the. I mean, to me, I'm totally different that way. I would not. You're not physical.
No.
You haven't shown it. You really haven't shown it
Years.
in his whole tenure. They're not a physical football team, offensively or defensively, which is why there needs to be a change. 100%.
And we talked about it here. Me and my cousin both said at the same time. It's different if you're Buffalo. It's different if you got Saquon or Hurts. You're a physical team going for it. You get in that situation, you're smart to go for 2.
Yeah.
They can't operate in short yardage. So it's
And you don't have Smadre, so
no. P. Ryan's a difference in that for sure. So the injuries are mounting. CTB's out as we move along from that game. I don't know about Rivers for this week. Jamar's out for sure for the suspension as Peel went down. Trey's out, looks like. I think the Bengals leaked it to cover their ass. And maybe it's true, maybe it's not, that they can only get a 4th-round pick. I find that hard to believe. I don't believe it. But I do think they leaked it, trade deadline, that's all they could get out, a week later. But even if they could have got a 2nd or a 3rd-round pick, it's still dumb not to do it. It's incredibly dumb.
Yeah. Unless you think for some reason you're going to sign him again next year on the franchise.
No, they're not, right? So
I don't think they are because of his injury now. This is probably telling you.
Yeah.
I mean, they're spending $30 million. You're 3-7, and you're a bad football team, and you're paying 30-7. No.
Yep, not good. So threw out some old tweets there if you want to look at it. BTD podcast, Scott, I think it is. So I retweeted stuff that I said just to prove that it's not hindsight. Sean Payton's out there 2 or 3 years ago, found the tweet. Go get this guy. Do whatever it takes. He will change the culture. You will win with Sean Payton. They didn't do it. How's Sean doing in Denver, Stevie boy?
Yeah, pretty good.
Pretty good? I don't think they're that good. But he's doing, because he coaches, I don't agree with everything he does. You're never going to agree with everyone. But he manages the damn game, and he knows what he's doing. They beat Kansas City, which is a fun game. Last year I said, go get Ben Johnson. Bring in Dorsey with him. They're Detroit together. How's Ben doing?
Pretty daggone good.
How about Vrabel?
Because I don't think that team's very good at all.
No. Their defense is no better than the Bengals, really.
No.
Well, maybe a little, but not much.
Up front, they're a little bit better, but on the back end, they're not.
They're embarrassing. So when you look at, Vrabel's, I don't know if they could have got Vrabel. Probably not.
No.
But I would have.
He wouldn't have come to the Bengals anyway.
But the year before, they might have been able to get him. When he went to
Maybe.
Cleveland,
Maybe.
you might have been. I said it then. It's out there. Go get his ass right now. And you look at it. You look at some mismanagement teams there. Look at the Titans. Dumb. But I tell you, a team that looks maybe worse is the Falcons.
Yeah.
So I don't know what Belichick would have done.
And they got some talent.
They do. I guarantee they're better with Belichick right now than they are this guy, Morris. And the GM won a power play against Belichick. How's that going?
Yeah.
They traded their 1st-round pick. The Rams are going to get probably a top 10 pick and might win the Super Bowl because the Falcons are idiots.
Yeah.
That's how dynasties are born. It's from other teams being idiots.
Yeah.
And the Bengals never take advantage of it. Sometimes they're not usually the idiot because they're just not involved, right?
Right.
But it's unbelievable what
They're the idiots. They're just idiots in different ways.
Yeah, different way. They're not selling out there, but the Falcons, I clean house there, right? So the point of all that is Dayball's gone. Who else is gone? The Titans coach Callahan's gone. Is that it?
I think that's it. Right
There's
now.
more on the way. There's several more on the way. So you're going to be in a competitive situation. I know people will disagree with me because everybody loves to blame ownership. The problem with ownership, again, is not that they're not equipping Duke and Zac. The problem is that they have Duke and Zac. That's the problem. I still believe, and people will disagree with this for sure, if the job came open, both slots, it can't be one or the other. It's got to be both. GM, a real GM, and a real coach, a real head coach. If it comes open, and you got Burrow, Chase, and T with, tons of cap room, a top 10 pick, I think it's the number one job if they agree to stay out of the way.
Yeah.
I think it's the number one job.
I do too.
And they never view themselves that way. They're just content, hands, sitting on their hands, right? So if you do it now, you got a shot. You got a shot at getting a big name coach, right? And we'll talk about who those candidates are. I'm gonna give the draft update here where they're at right now. And this will all change. You see a lot of mock drafts that are different. Here's why. So the Bengals are slotted at 8th or 9th right now, and the Falcons are 8th. So they're using the current strength of schedule as it is today.
Right.
Other mock drafts use the strength of schedule, how to play out, looking at future opponents. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
because they got Baltimore twice, Buffalo,
yeah. So the
New England.
and so their schedule is going to move, and Atlanta's is going to move. But it's kind of a shame Atlanta. But right now the Bengals are 9th officially, right? So you got Arizona. It's going to be hard for them to win games. You got Atlanta. We can see our breath, dude. This is football podcast. Washington's probably going to win some games, but you might get up to 6th or 7th if you lose outright. So tons of talent there. So one guy had a mock to Taken Love, the running back from Notre Dame. That's not going to happen.
No.
He's a really good player, but that's not going to happen. I can't see that happen. So we're going to talk about head coaching candidates next, but let's do a beer tasting. Stevie boy. Should still be in date. Here we go. Show it to the camera. Talk about it. Detail it.
I believe it's Sonder and Friends Oktoberfest.
Yeah.
German beer, food, and music.
Mason, Ohio.
Yeah. Let's try it.
3, 2, 1. I like it. Your thoughts? I like Oktoberfest beers now. It's a good winter beer. Cool weather beers.
I'm going to give it. I'll give it a 1.5 out of 5 Hoodays.
A 1.5 Hootie. You hate flavorful beers. You want your bland little. Since lights on, but how'd you find that? I didn't even see that one. I got a 4 on it because I love Oktoberfest. I think I like Leinenkugel's better, but this is good. It's a good beer. It's a good beer.
Well,
so,
good. I'm glad
Son
you
and
like
Friends.
it.
I don't think I've tried this one before. So,
Yeah.
good local beer.
Yeah.
Local beer, Mason, Ohio. Home of Kings Island. Many other things. Traffic. Heavy
So
traffic.
if you like flavor beer, just take my Houday
Go opposite.
and just go opposite. You
Like
know,
your picks.
So,
You have been better.
so I'd be like a 3.5, a 4 if you like that kind of beer. So pretty much just like my picks.
Pretty much just like how when you were single, women rated you out of 10. 3.5 out of 10.
Is
that too high?
I have no idea.
Really?
No, don't care.
What do you think Manna had you at when she first met you?
Out of 5?
Out of 10.
Oh, out of 10, at least a 13.
13 out of 10. Damn. You got cocky since last time we've been here. All right. So that's a draft slot. So coaching candidates, it's so early. You never know what's going to be out there. I want to talk about one just because it's fascinating. But first, McCarthy, in my opinion, is the best out there, right? So then you got Marcus Freeman, whose name, I don't know if I believe it or not.
I think it needs to be an NFL proven, like, commodity. I don't know if
in a way,
because they've kind of it's a past them now. Like some of the names they should have gotten aren't out there. They missed
Big time.
So
they missed the 3 big boys for sure.
But I would clean slate. I mean, I wouldn't even keep Pitch. I wouldn't keep nobody.
Yeah,
I'd clean the house. It ain't gonna happen, but I'd clean it.
You got to sanitize it, clean the building, get the attitude out of there, the losing mantra. The thing I like about Freeman, I don't know if they're that good of a team, but I like how he handles his team. I like his press conferences. Like, everybody gets caught up in if you're a play caller or not, right? Like, to me, like, I'll go back real quick. When Zach Taylor got hired, I said then he didn't even have the resume to get an interview, let alone the job.
Right.
He didn't.
No,
It's ridiculous.
No, he didn't.
The fact that they even interview. He knows Sean McVay. Okay, he wasn't even the coordinator. There's no reason he should have got the job. Well, he coached at UC once. That he did. I'll give you that.
And they were awful.
Yeah, they were bad. So, so you look at that and you think about Freeman, though. He's a leader, man. That's what you want. Like, what you want in a head coach, it's not about, they get all these goofy play callers and all that kind of stuff. You look at McVay, he's a good play caller. There's no doubt about it. He's a leader. He's a fireball, the Rams guy. He's a spark plug, right? And he was that way as a coordinator. You listen to him in press conference. You want somebody that's going to hold people accountable, be passionate,
Yeah.
have some energy to him. We hate Harbaugh, both of them, especially John. It might be equal.
It's pretty equal.
It's pretty equal. I don't like Tomlin,
Oh, man.
but how they coach, they're passionate, right? Their teams play hard, always. And if they don't, they're going to choose them out. Like, those guys are, it's not fashionable to say that nowadays, but at the end of the day, the guys that win championships, even Reed at times, right? Like,
Yeah.
they're still passionate holding people accountable, right? And that's what you need. Zach's not that. That's my question for the Bills, right? I don't think their coach is that either, right? I think he seems like a super nice guy when you hear about his story and everything, but there's not a whole lot there. They do some dumb stuff. We'll see. Hopefully they get over it. But Campbell in Detroit, right? Ben Johnson certainly is. Vrabel, you don't have to even. Vrabel, I don't know if you saw that 2 weeks ago. He was ready to fight a player. They hit May. I didn't think it was that bad of a hit. It looked bad, then you see the replay. If you were there live, you would have thought it was bad. I did too at first. And he's standing up, get the fuck out of here. He's yelling at the player. Like, they're coming over pulling him back. Get his ass off the field, right? He's ready to fight, right? That's what you want. Yeah. That's contagious, like, to a team. Zach's never going to do that. He's going to pat you on the back. Him sort of getting on Osai's like, oh, right? So you got him. You got Mentor. I don't think I'd take a chance on Mentor, defense coordinator for San Diego, or LA Chargers. But I don't think they're that good of a team, and at times they play really good defense, and they're really undermanned, right? And, like Harbaugh or not, their coaching trees are looking pretty damn good, right?
Yeah.
Look at the guy in Seattle. That's who Mentor reminds me of. Very similar. And, man, they're leaders, right? That matters. So there's a few names, but here's the one out of the blue. He's not out of the blue now. I've been studying for a little bit. Chris Shula. Can you imagine if they hired Dave Shula? They won't. Dave Shula's son, who, the worst tenure. But have you heard what McVay's saying about him? He's the most ready he's had ever through there. He's been his right-hand man, played together at Miami of Ohio. And the difference there is he's not, if you're hiring the offensive coordinator under McVay, what are they really doing? He's the defensive coordinator. They gave Darnold fits 2 years in a row. They play their ass off. If you hear him in a press conference, grandson, of course, of Don Shula, he's going to get hired if he wants it. With the Bengals, that'd be so cool if they did it in a way. The tournament, but this guy's not Dave Shula, right? He's got a little fireball in him. He's out there talking to the players, hitting them, all that kind of stuff. So that's where we're at right now, but you never know. It looks like in the college ranks, the coaching stuff's fascinating because Kiffin is so bad how they do it in college. And we'll talk about college has got many things better than the NFL. You mentioned it one day. But that part is not. And the free agency is not because they're doing it during the playoffs. And now, Kiffin's at a sticking point here. They shouldn't be allowed to talk to coaches right now, like the NFL. So his family and him get flown to LSU to look at. He's trying to cover it up. He's going to make the playoffs if they beat Mississippi State. How's he going to navigate all this? He's already got a reputation as a snake. I think he's overcome that, but not if he does this.
Yeah.
So what do? He takes it. Does he still coach Ole Miss, who's a rival, right? Either way, LSU or them. So Vandy with James Franklin. So you never know. College coaches, I don't think he would do it, but I think Kiffin would get a pro job. I think he'd get it if he wanted it. I think he'd get a lot of jobs right now. The way he's developed quarterbacks, Dart, and this guy he's got now. So pretty interesting, Stevie boy. Do you have anybody in mind you'd want right now? McCarthy?
I think McCarthy is probably top on my list just because he's proven. I wouldn't mind another young fiery as long as they had some fire under them. Had some pedigree. Their tree was right. They've been under the right people. Of course, I'd love for Belichick just to be like, okay, I quit. I'm gonna go coach the Bengals. I mean, that would be amazing. But honestly, when it comes down to it, I think all this we're just blowing smoke or blowing our breath or whatever. I just don't know if it's going to happen or not.
Thing with Belichick, he's 74, right? Like him and Carroll both. Like we talked about it. Like, can you muster the energy? Can you just bring it? Like the cool thing with Belichick would be if he went to the Giants and comes full circle, right, where he started. He didn't really start there. He was, Indy and Denver before them, but I don't think he'll do it.
I think he'll stay with the kids. Yeah. I think he'll try to finish what he started.
Yeah, I think they're getting better.
In some sense, right? At least 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
And he'll probably retire.
I would think so. But that record's out there for him, the all-time coaching. I hope he comes back to that.
I do too.
I hope he does. I don't think he will, but I hope he does. So that's where we're at on that. But one guy I didn't mention is Brian Flores from Minnesota. I'd take him.
Yeah, I would too.
Yep. He's got a tough – he hurt himself really bad. And people defend him on that. I don't think you can. You can't go – what do they call that? You can't stomp through the garden and smash everything and then come out of it and think everybody's just going to be okay with it, right? I think everything he said was probably I don't think the racist stuff was right, but I think them going behind him to get Brady and do all the sneaky stuff, I think he's telling the absolute truth on that. I think it came out. And, that's tough. They ran his way for sure. Mm-hmm. He had a pretty damn good record there in a horrible situation. He didn't want to.
Right.
And that's tough too, man. They put a quarterback on you, and then they do this behind you, and, the Dolphins fired their GM, so that's a job open. But I'd take Flores. I don't think Minnesota's that talented this year either. And that, speaking of, synchronicity or continuity within, playing together, cohesive units and all that, if their offense is just solid in Minnesota, it ought to be great. His defense is really good, right? They're on the field all the time, bad field position. So a lot of things get skewed in that, but I like Flores a lot. So look around the league. The AFC North, Ravens are coming.
They're coming.
They're going to win the division, I think.
Yep.
I was hoping they stubbed their toe last week. Cleveland, kind of gave them a game. I watched a decent amount of that. They're all over Shadur. If you watch the game, you can tell, in my mind, my opinion, I think he looks better than Gabriel. He didn't have the snaps. He didn't have the reps. He was trying to do too much, but when he throws the ball, how it looks coming out of his hand versus Gabriel, he's starting to – I think he's a better quarterback, which is an indictment on the entire coaching staff, right? They could have very easily won that game. They didn't. Pittsburgh's got a tough matchup this week, right? The Chiefs lost. As you look around the league, AFC North, the whole AFC's up for grabs. New England probably right now and Indianapolis look like the best teams. I kind of think the Bills come out of this still. I don't think the Chiefs will. So the Bills got the Texans, which we'll talk about. Big game in Kansas City. Colts at Kansas City. Colts win that game. Kansas City's probably done. If the Chargers were healthy, that whole thing might look a little different. The Ravens got the Jets. Their schedule's lightening up. Pittsburgh's at Chicago.
Yeah.
They could win that game. I don't know if it's going to be Rudolph or...
They're not favored.
Nope. Rudolph, the porn stash quarterback. That'd be the song instead of reindeer, right? Rudolph, the porn stash quarterback. You like that? Let's do our own song. You play drums, I'll sing it.
Nope.
Not going to do it?
Nope.
You done?
I'm done.
He's done. He gone. And then the Jaguars, who I thought were
Done.
overrated, and they came back. So this league is crazy. Bye week, Denver after a big win. Chargers, who need to rest up. Miami and Washington, who we need to win some games to move the Bengals up. Some interesting games this week. We'll see. The NFL, you talked about it real quick. The NFL can learn a lot. And I'll give this to you. You can talk about it. But the NFL has got things that are better than college football in terms of scheduling for sure. The coaching stuff we mentioned, the whole free agency nonsense. But on the field, college has got a lot of advantage. Talk about it, Stevie boy.
The best by far is the reviews. It's unbelievable how they do reviews. It's so quick. I believe the ACC, they actually do it live. So you can actually hear it. You can hear it explained, which is just fantastic.
It's cool.
Super cool. You can actually hear the guy. Well, you see the ball here and his helmet's here. I mean, just like that first down that didn't happen that they called a first down. That wasn't even close to a first down, dude.
Yep.
And how that went to review.
I don't understand.
And they still didn't do. I mean, that could have changed the game. I mean, they're on the 38-yard line, 39-yard line. And, that could have completely.
And the other point on that, to throw it your way on this, like I mentioned it during the game, the NFL, how much money is the NFL worth?
Oh.
How in the hell is that the only camera angles you have?
I know. And they
wrong.
say that, of course, it wasn't one of the bigger games, so they don't have as many cameras. What?
Come on.
Are you kidding me? This
you can watch a MAC game and they've got more cameras.
Everything should be exactly the same. Why is one game better than the other? Mm-hmm. I think there's a few things I think the college needs to go to that, I think I'm not big on defensive pass interference only being 15 yards because of what could be, right?
Yeah.
And I don't agree with that. That's about the only thing. But I think the televisions, I don't like the long college halftimes.
Yeah.
But they are kids. You know what I mean? It gives you time to talk to them, kind of.
The bands.
The bands and all that kind of stuff. So it does change that a little bit. It sucks for people watching TV, right? I mean, freaking half hour or whatever.
You got to go watch a movie during halftime.
Yeah, but I think by far it's instant replay. The targeting, it's.
I don't like targeting.
I don't either. I don't care for that. But I mean, by far it's replay. It's replay. It's the game.
smoother.
It's just way smoother, yeah. The hashes make it funner too, because if you're on the far hash, you got that whole opposite side of the field. I think that's kind of cool. It really matters what side of the field you're on to where you're going to run and that kind of stuff.
Yep.
I mean that's kind of cool. It kind of gives the defense, like if you're on the far hash, you've got all this room. Well, what's the chances you're going to run the short side, right?
Yep.
So that makes it kind of fun. So, but definitely replay is fantastic in college football.
I like it, like you mentioned. The other thing I like better, it's so odd to say this, college football is more physical than pro football. You're allowed to hit receivers. Quarterbacks are football players.
Yeah. You know why that is, don't you?
There's not so much money invested in quarterback.
Exactly.
It's ridiculous.
And then the fines that these players get.
Oh, it's
I mean, let's be honest. Jamar Chase is going to be, I think it's $446,000 he's going to lose on this game.
Yep.
Just for whatever antics that he done. He's I mean that oh my God,
That's big money.
I won't make that in 10 years, right? So he's going to lose it in one damn game. So it's not right. I won't say it's not right. It's why the game has changed so much is because of the money.
Way too
100%. All the way from the antics before the game, halftime, Super Bowl. I mean, even the Super Bowl. I mean, I'd say 20% of the people that's at the Super Bowl are actually football fans. Everyone else is corporate.
Yep. Same way watching it.
You know what I mean? Nobody can afford those prices.
I mean, even watching it, though, they've drawn in so many people with all their antics and nonsense that real football fans don't care about.
No.
And that's going to segue nicely here in just a short second. But I think, that's the problem. I've said this, it's really that applies to most everything. If you're into something, let's say it's jiu-jitsu for me, right? And it's not that popular. It looked like it was going to get that popular. And if it does, it won't be as good. The more popular it gets, they're going to stray from their roots. Look at UFC. Just a bunch of nonsense. He pays guys to knock each other out. It's a barroom fight. And if it's not, the crowd's booing, right? So that's what you're getting in the NFL. The quarterbacks just make way too much. They're not football players. This year, though, they have let him play a little bit more, which is odd, but it's still... Mahomes got hit on a clean play the other day. I don't know if you saw the clip.
I did.
He's not even down yet, and he's bitching to the ref. I mean, hey, there's no way he could have played 15 years ago. He couldn't have, the way he holds the ball. And you look at Lamar, we watched him. He's hurt a little bit. Jackson, for the most of that game, he looked like a third-string quarterback because he had to throw the ball, to my point, right?
Yeah.
So it's a sad epidemic. What the league's just not very good. And you flip around, the level play is not better in college, but the football plays are better in college.
There's no way that the Indianapolis Colts should be where they're at right now.
No,
no way.
Yeah.
That team is not that good.
No.
But for them to be where they're at, it's unbelievable. I don't even think he's that good a coach. I just think that won the division, right?
Oh yeah.
And then
running game.
the AFC's just down. It's
big
just
time.
they got two quarterbacks and that's about it.
Yep. And you look at it, it's just such a horrible tackling league. And in college, you do that. They're ripping your, that's the difference too, right? You're dealing with a bunch of the NFL used to be the different sport, and hockey. Baseball and basketball has always been a bunch of coddled divas, right? Way more now than it's ever been. Unwatchable sport. But football, you still had to hit people, so you couldn't quite be a diva in high school like the other sports. But now they are divas, and you can see it because they're just getting so much money so fast. It's a shame. Hard to watch. But we watch it for some reason, so that's on us. Patriots and the aforementioned Mike Vrabel is coming to town. I don't know if I'm going yet or not. I don't know. I'm debating. It's going to get ugly potentially. No Jamar Chase, the best coach in the AFC for my money. Some are saying that the best new hire was Ben Johnson. I get it. But I think what Vrabel's doing is sustainable. Drake May is legit. Look back at that. What I had him rated coming out was Caleb Williams 1, a close second Drake May. I'd flip that now. I would flip that now. I was a little wrong there. And I had Bo Nix 3rd, and I'd stay there. People say Daniels, but what's happening to Daniels is what I'd say. He's RG3 to me.
Yeah.
That's what I said. And he's better a little bit. The same type of body, slender build. But Drake Mason, he's no joke, man. They got some talent. Travion Henderson's probably going to have a big day. Their wideouts aren't that good. Hunter Henry's a nice player. They got some guys making plays on offense. Josh McDaniels, who seems to always be there, he's a very good coordinator, man.
Yes.
It's so weird that he can't transition to an NFL coach. or you just went to two bad
I was
situations.
going to say two bad situations.
You got to. That's where you don't take every job that's thrown to you. Just wait, right? And he got a little antsy.
I'd take him.
I think I would too. I'm
him.
hesitant, but I think I would.
Yeah.
I think he'd do wonders with this team. He got handed a, and he's part of that, the Tebow thing. That was part. I think that was on him. And then the Raiders just a train wreck, right? Look what Pete Carroll's doing there.
Yeah.
I mean, Pete Carroll's a Hall of Famer, right? So I think I'd take him too. But they've got a lot going for him. And Drake May can, you got to watch him getting out, but he can throw the ball. Big, strong, strapping quarterback. He throws the ball. He spreads the ball around for young as he is to spread it around like he does. It's a big deal. What's going to happen to that Bengals defense on Sundays to you, boy?
Well, Drake May's 3-1 and touchdown to interception ratio. 3-1. I'm going to guess he's going to absolutely just eat him up. I don't see where they can stop him, and I don't think they're going to move the ball very good either. I just don't. I think, like you said a few weeks ago, I think the league's going to catch up with Flacco. You got no Jamar. I think Tinsley is probably going to get a lot of damn snaps.
I hope so. He should have already.
I watched Zach's presser today, and he talked about Tinsley earning that spot and earning this, earning that. So he's probably going to play a lot. Yoshi will probably be about the same. Gesicki's probably going to be back. And
he helps.
Whatever. I mean, you can put him on the outside, put him on the outside. It doesn't matter.
Good player.
Chase Brown, it's a shame. They drafted him so old, because I think he was 24 when they drafted him. So he's pushing 26 already, almost 27, I think. You can look that up if you want, but I think he's so running back. He's 20. He's 25.
Turns 26 in March.
Okay. So they got a little bit of time with him. I don't. The problem is these guys are in their prime now.
Yep.
So they're completely wasting all these years.
They're wasting.
So
big
it
time
has to be done now. All this has to be done now. So and it's kind of starts with evaluating the rest of the year, which makes it tough on the way me and you want. Which it don't matter. They can evaluate and they're probably still going to lose. But I think DeJohn Anthony is probably going to come back. He's probably going to get some run because Zach's kind of saying, like, we need to see what we got in him.
Well, why haven't they seen what they got in Tyson Anderson? What does he do on special teams?
I know.
He makes tackles.
I don't understand.
I'll never understand.
It's got to be, I don't know.
He can't be worse. That's the thing. He can't be worse than what you already have out there.
Can't be.
And he plays hard.
Yeah.
Reward the guys that are playing hard, right? You got guys out there that are not playing hard, making monumental mistakes. It can't get worse. What are you doing?
Yeah,
I love Tyson Anderson.
I do too.
Yep.
I do too. And so I'm gonna. It's not gonna be good. I still got some stuff going on with my family. I won't be able to go this weekend, even if you do. I mean, we've kind of discussed it.
Yep. Understand.
My brother's his wake or celebration of life is this Friday. I do want to take a minute and thank everybody who listens to the podcast. I mean, there's a handful that texted and called and whatever. I mean, it was unexpected. I mean, I was pretty close with my brother, and it was tough. It's been tough on my mom. It's been tough on my dad. Tough on his daughter. So, but and then I had to turn around and 5 days later watch that putrid of a football team play on Sunday. So let's just say my tempers were. It was not good. Yeah. So it probably won't be good Sunday, and it probably ain't gonna be good the rest of the year.
Probably not. If you look at their schedule, right, that's a big part of it. We'll talk about that another time. But you look extend it out until those last 3 games. Not too many of them look really winnable, which is good, I think. And the other side of that is, and I'll give my thoughts on the Patriots, then we'll do our prediction. But the other side of that is, if you come into this, if we're in February or mid-January or whatever, and you know that Duke's back and Zach's back, even though Burrow's going to be healthy, you can't have faith in him.
No.
I mean, it's 9-8, 9-8, and now they're 1-7, right? There's or whatever their record is. They're 1-7 in the last 8. So you can't have any faith. Well, they're 3-7 overall, 1-7 in the last 8. So you can't have any faith in him. I mean, the resume, if these 3 years aren't enough to get rid of him, then they're not going to. It's stupid. People compare it to Marvin Lewis, right? Mm-hmm. There's a difference.
There is it because you already got the quarterback.
There's that, and he won pretty regularly. They didn't win the playoffs. But most of the time they were pretty consistently halfway decently good, right?
Yeah.
I would have got rid of him.
He actually redid that team twice.
Yeah.
I mean, completely reconstructed.
Yep.
And the team looked totally different, and then took in the playoffs five straight years.
Yep.
I think the quarterback hurt him in those playoff games.
Absolutely.
That was the reason that they wasn't better. The defense was plenty good enough. I mean, they wasn't top 2, but they had a great defensive line. Geno Atkins was just a freaking beast. Dunlap was good.
Safeties were good.
They brought Michael Johnson back once he signed with Tampa, and then came back and played pretty well. They had good linebackers. I don't know how much input he had on the defense, but he drafted well enough to keep them in it.
And he was a defensive mind guy, right?
Yeah.
So, I still would have got rid of him. But I think using that as your example as why they won't do anything, that's not the same. This is different. This is a different animal. You got, whatever you think Joe is, top 3, you have to think that.
Yeah.
Quarterback. You got the number 1 receiver, in my opinion. You got T's top 10. He's probably higher than that, honestly. You got all that, and you're not winning.
Yeah.
And, he was hurt. He wasn't hurt last year. You went 9-8, right? And there's no accountability. You never come out of the season ready. On and on and on, right? The resume's there. Do something. It's not that hard of a decision. So you look at the Patriots. Their de facto GM, as they call it, is Elliott Wolf, son of Ron Wolf, the famous architect who, as I corrected somebody, I didn't say Dorsey drafted Favre. I said he was around it. Ron Wolf's the one that did it. Stole him from Atlanta, right? Then they later did Rodgers. So he's got a good pedigree there, but Vrabel's running the show. Make no mistake about it. Vrabel's running the show. You can't trust that with everybody. That's what you want. You want the coach to get his groceries, as they say. But the difference, build through the draft. How many times we heard that? You got to build through the draft. You look at every championship team there's ever been. Their key players come from the draft, but they're filling holes with free agency every single day.
There's something I want to clear up too. So when we started preseason talk and we went through, because I thought about this a lot lately. So I really complained about the young guys not playing because Lou
Let me
wouldn't
interrupt
play.
you real quick. Is this smoke bothering or anything?
No,
I try to not blow it.
I love it. I love it. I can't wait to go home and smell it all night. I'm going to make sure I keep all these clothes on, and I might even put it over my face so it literally smells like smoke the whole time.
Tell Manna she's welcome. Go ahead. Sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt.
So with all that being said, I have no idea where I was going with that. I forget what I was saying because you completely...
No, the rookies playing, young guys playing.
So early in the year, we said, hey, Lou didn't play him. So I wanted them to play him. Now, I didn't necessarily want, half the defense to be young.
Yeah, we want free agency, right?
Right, and we got nothing. We've pretty much seen Jenkins probably isn't going to be that good.
Oh, gosh.
Hey, and I will say, I'm going to give some props. I thought Murphy played a pretty good football game.
But Jenkins, jeez,
he's awful, dude.
I thought
he
might
gets
be
pushed
halfway
around.
He's not good.
He can't.
They can't evaluate. They can't evaluate talent.
No. So I mean, I want to clear that up because early in the year I really pushed for some of these young guys because you didn't know what you had. Well, I think now you do.
Yep.
You definitely know that you screwed up. You made some bad picks, and now you're gonna live with this for a while.
Oh, it's hard to overcome it, but you can fix things in a year. Look at the Patriots.
Well, they've got some money, and they're going to have to do it in free agency. They're not going to be able to do it in the draft.
No, that's what you have to do.
You can't keep doing it.
You got the biggest puzzle pieces solved. That's the easy part. That's the hard part.
And I'll tell you another thing is if they continue to lose and they get in that top 3, 4, 5 area,
that'd be awesome.
what this does is it takes some of the thinking out of it to where someone falls into their lap. And then it's just like it's a no-brainer, like Chase, like Burrow, like T, right? It's those guys that's like, okay, we can't lose here. That's what they need. So then what's that do? That gives them the same kind of thing in the second round, same kind of thing in the third round. It puts them up there to where, who knows? Maybe this is a blessing in disguise to where it's like, okay, we get these guys out of here. We got good picks. We got a good core. Let's start over. Let's hit reset and let's see what we can do. Now, with all that being said, I don't think it's going to happen, but it's going to be fun talking about it.
Yep. And hopefully someone else is doing the picks. But let's look at the Patriots.
Yeah.
So you get players like this, and most of you, if you're a football fan, you know who this guy is. It hurt the Bills, this guy leaving, and it helped the Patriots. So it's a win-win. Matt Collins is not on everybody's front list.
Yeah.
But what he does for that team New England, and what he did for Buffalo last year means a lot. So you're worried about all these free agents. The Bengals don't sign anybody like that. Mm-hmm. They never have. I'm telling you, they all do it. Like the championship teams do it. Matt Collins comes in there and blocks his ass off, and he'll make a play or two, and he's going to make it Sunday. You watch it down the field. Diggs is quit. I wouldn't have messed with him, but he's playing well for him.
Yeah.
They got, they drafted the left tackle, which I question. At times he's up and down. Brought in Bradbury. They fixed the line. Brought in Morgan Moses. It's not the big. You don't have to be signing the franchise players. Winning teams get those kind of guys. Then on defense, hey, we've got a linebacker problem. We're going to go get Robert, quote, Mickey Spillane. That's a detective story reference. He's not. He played for Pittsburgh, played for the Raiders. What is he? A solid football player. A leader that plays hard. Could the Bengals use something like that?
Sure.
I think so. They got Barrymore back, right? You got Harold Landry's that's not a big ticket item. He's playing okay for him. It's not about signing the best players in the world in free agency.
They're definitely playing as a team.
Yeah. And you bring them in, and then guess what you don't have? You don't have a bunch of blown assignments.
Yeah.
You got accountability. You got leaders. That's how smart teams do things, right? It's not all the draft. If you're trying to win through the draft, you're not going to do it. Like the Eagles have drafted very, very well. But what are they doing at the trade deadline almost every year?
Yeah.
And free agencies. Plug in here, plug in here, plug in here, right? So if you have all the cap space in the world, it's not doing you any good. It's not going to do you any good until you use it, right? It just doesn't make any sense. You got to use it to win. Use it or lose it. So, and then, the ruler of the jungle, Stevie boy, this goes into... I'm not going to go. I want to go on a huge rant here. I'm not going to. It reminds me of the Super Bowl with that idiot Bad Bunny, whatever that goofball's name is. So I didn't even know this guy is. Speedy, whatever his name is. Oh, you're just old. That's why. Go yell at the clock. It's nothing to do with that. If I don't know who the hell he is, should he be the ruler of the jungle in a football that I know everything about? Yeah. I know everything about. No, he shouldn't. You want to bring somebody in that's non-football, bring Nick Van Exel in. Go get Bob Huggins. Yeah. Right? Every team tinkers with a little bit, like Kay Adams a few years ago. That's the typical Bengals. She said she loves us on Good Morning America. Kay loves us. Then what's she doing 3 weeks later after she did it? Loving somebody else.
Yeah.
Don't be stupid. He's from Cincinnati. Who gives a flying bleep? Who cares? He's an idiot. I didn't know he was. Somebody sent me who it is. It's the poster child for what's wrong with our society. It's Jackass. It's Pat McAfee. It's the Paul brothers. It's Barstool idiots. It's Stephen A. Smith. It's all that lumped into one.
Yeah.
Be different. You want to bring somebody in. Like I saw Seattle. Tressel's going to be there for the Buckeyes. That's what you do. The 12th man. Like Seattle had one or two. I looked over the last 4 or 5 years, but the vast majority of the time, it's a military guy from there. It's a former player. It's a former Sonic. It's a former something that's tied to there, not some stupid YouTube influencer. If you describe yourself as an influencer, you know what you are in my book? An idiot. And, they make a lot of money. Being intelligent is not a prerequisite to make money, especially now. Mm-hmm. We could go make money right now. We could go electric prod ourselves in the river tomorrow. It'll go viral. Doesn't mean we're smart, dude.
No.
It means we're an idiot. Shame on you, Bengals, and I'll stick by it. All right. Your pick. Patriots. Bengals. Straight up.
Straight up. Patriots 34, Bengals 17.
It's rough. I don't disagree. It's odd the spread when I got it, like Chase being out. Like people think they're going to score. I've seen some picks like Prisco and those guys. They think the Bengals are going to move the ball up and down on them without Jamar. That's not what I see. I see very similar to you, like 31-13, maybe 31-17. I think it's going to be a bloodbath. They can't stop him. I don't think they can score on him.
I don't think it'll be that. I think they'll have 7-10. Then they'll score a late touchdown to get them to that 17. I mean, it's not early field goal.
Yep. And supposedly he didn't rule out Joe not even starting.
I know. He's actually today. He was going to practice today, 11 on 11. It wouldn't surprise me.
No, I'm talking about Flacco. Sorry. That Flacco may not start Sunday.
He may not. So Joe, what he said today was Joe hasn't did 11 on 11 yet. We'll see with him. So
he said he wasn't even really in the.
He's not, but it wouldn't surprise me if he's not the third emergency.
He might be.
It wouldn't surprise me.
I think Browning might end up starting. Honestly.
He might.
If
that's the case, then I would just assume let him start the rest of the year. I would sign Flacco for next year as their backup quarterback. I'd get rid of Jake. And then that way they got some veteran stability behind them.
Yep. So going through those old tweets, some of the stuff we just talked about, but also I've been on Zach. But I want to talk about what Lance McAllister, some of you know. I don't. What channel is he on now?
He's 700.
700 WLW. Lance been doing this for a long time.
Yes.
I mean, as long as I can remember, really. I'm just going to paraphrase. This is quotes from what he posted. He went after it.
He did.
Zach Taylor never had the chops to be a successful head coach. He always looked like a guy on the sideline wondering when everyone would figure out he really had no business being there. Ouch! I bet that didn't go over so well. No. He certainly never has been good with adjustment gaming. I agree. Despite continually being overwhelmed in moments of chaos, I agree. He stubbornly insisted on continuing to call plays. Couldn't agree more. Taylor was gifted a quarterback. I said that years ago, dogging on him. I do feel sorry for him. He's a guy you enjoy having a beer with, maybe. You're talking with across your fence as your neighbor, like Wilson off of Home Improvement, I guess. He's been handcuffed by a de facto general manager. I agree with that. But it's clear at this point. What's clear at this point is the most damning thing for Taylor. He's clearly out of messages. He no longer even knows what to say. He said the same thing every year, all year, right? He's not the biggest problem in this organization, he says, but he's the easiest to move on from, and the hamster wheel keeps on turning. Props to you, Lance. I have more props for people that would have said it 2 years ago, but it's still pretty bold to come out on 700 and say that. So good for you, buddy boy. That's rough.
It's rough. He lit into him. I seen that. I haven't been on social media a whole lot. Been at the house a lot, just kind of hanging out the last couple of days. But I seen that, and I was like, ooh, Lance.
Yeah, that's rough.
Damn.
All right, here we go. So last week I went 3-1 in the NFL. You didn't get your NFL picks in, understandably so. I went 1-3 in college. I'm in a funk, or 0-4, right? Is that right? I went 0-4 last week. You went 1-3. Not good.
No.
Not good in this format.
Hey, let's go. Keep it rolling.
Keep it going. Sunday Night Football, we pushed last week.
Yep.
Kissed our sister. Something like that. So push there. We're still sitting pretty good, and we're 8-2 picking the Bengals. Thursday Night Football, you are 7-3-1. I'm 9-1-1. Yep. So 9-1-1 is outstanding. So that makes my overall NFL look really good. So let's start with college, my boy. What you got? The problem is I got my bets in early because I thought we were doing this. So I'm going to stick with what my spreads were because I already placed the bets. But you go with what you got, homeboy.
I have got Oklahoma. That's at home versus Missouri, minus 7.5.
Big game for them.
Yep. I got Oregon minus 9.5. Big game USC.
That's a big game.
Big game.
Huge game.
I got Vanderbilt 9.5. That's a home versus Kentucky.
The Polecats.
Yep. And I got them sons of bitches. North Carolina plus 6.5.
Duke.
At home versus Duke.
Iowa game. Them sons of bitches, the North Carolina Tar Heels. I like that Vandy game I had down, didn't take it.
Almost, yeah.
So that's Oklahoma last week, kind of a fluky game. That's where, like, we talk about this quarterback class getting into the draft. If the Bengals get up there too, man, you might be able to trade down a few slots, honestly. Maybe they work out well. There's still the need is there for several teams, so they're going to reach. Mm-hmm. Mendoza, the Moore kid from UCLA. Simpson kid, he can throw the ball deep, but, man, he didn't look very good against Oklahoma. He's got a good D. Oklahoma's right in the thick of it now.
Yep.
What is that? Boomer Sooner. JR. Good old JR is happy. College football picks. I got Iowa State minus 4.5 versus the Jayhawks of Kansas. Zona, who took it to your UC boys TV.
Yeah, they did.
It was an ugly game to watch. We watched part of it. I lost the bet. Thanks a lot, UC. I got Zona 6.5, minus 6.5 versus the Baylor Bears. Georgia Tech, your team, can't believe you didn't pick them. Minus 2.5 versus Pitt. Pitt made us look bad, dude. That was awful to watch. We watched it. It wasn't pretty.
Nope.
BYU, minus 2.5 versus UC. Hey, UC defense is not good, dude.
No.
Not good at all.
They've played well at times this year, especially early on, but, man, here lately they ain't played very well at all.
Thursday Night Football, the Buffalo Bills, after a big win over Tampa, fun game to watch. Josh Allen, what did he end up with, 5-6 touchdowns, something crazy like that?
Oh, I know it's 5.
He made some amazing plays, so don't count them out yet. No. People here were counting them out. I said, against Chiefs. I said, too early for that. He's a player. Probably the best quarterback in the game right now. I'd take him over Holmes or any of the guys that are playing.
Too. With Burrow out.
Yep. So you got it's I don't know what you're showing the spread. I'll tell you mine. 'Cause
I
got
had
it.
5.5. So
I got it 4.5. So I took Buffalo minus 4.5.
I took Buffalo minus is 5.5.
Minus
So
5.5.
it don't matter.
Buffalo Bills, the Bills Mafia against Davis Mills. Houston's defense. See, that's
They're good.
that's
Good
what you talk
enough.
about their coach there.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good coach. Stroud's out, everything's going wrong, a bunch of injuries, and he can coach that defense.
Yeah, hanging in
They're
there.
playing right in there, keep winning games. So NFL, what you got, Stevie boy?
I'm going the Colts on the road versus Kansas City.
I hope
plus
you're
3.5. I got New England Patriots minus 7.5 against our piss poor Cincinnati Bengals. This one I struggled with, but I know things aren't 100% right in Atlanta. But I'm getting a 1.5 on the road at New Orleans.
Penix, you see what's out there? Penix is done for the year.
I know.
That's a tough one.
And then I'm going to take Philly minus 3.5 at Dallas.
That's an interesting game. I think Dallas might beat them. Cowboys, those trades they made, they might be a different team now. I got the Bears minus 3 versus Pittsburgh. The Bears, Dicka. I got the Jacksonville Jaguars who burnt me last week going minus 2. That's the only game I lost. Minus 2.5 at Arizona. Brissett put up big numbers, but tell you what, two coaches are doing really well. It's hard for me to believe. It's the Jacksonville coach and the Carolina coach. Carolina's not good. I watched a good bit of that game. Speaking of Carolina, I got the Niners minus 6.5 versus Carolina on Monday Night Football. And I got the Patriots at minus 7 when I got it in. I think it's actually just continuing to move up. Betting against our boys, it's hard to do, but I think it's easy money. I might have to bet on it again.
Yeah.
So that's a tough one. Survivor League, I'm in a huge league still. Another big league, I'm still in it. And I'm in our league here. There's only 3 of us. 3 of us have been going at it for just the 3 of us, probably 5 weeks.
At least.
I'm getting into slim pickings. About the only game I can really go and feel good about is the Niners. It's at San Francisco on Monday night. Purdy played pretty well. I think I'm going to have to take the Niners. The other guys still got some pretty big name teams left, so it's a tough one. I don't know. But we're back. I don't know if we're better than ever, but we're back, Stevie boy.
Yep.
The Bengals are not better than ever.
They're
Quite
not.
the opposite. It'll be interesting to see what kind of crowds down there, what's going on. The Patriots fans are galore still, understandably so. Take us home, Stevie boy.
Like I said, I'd like to thank everybody for all the thoughts and prayers. All slow traffic, stay to the right. Peace out.